So it's that time of the week again where we take a look at another sub's replay and try and help them improve their game and hopefully get them ranked up. A lot of comments from you guys saying these videos are helping you, and some of you have gone from like plat to champ. So although I'm not surprised, I'm glad it's helping you rank up. I mean, not only that, I'm glad it's helping you improve. You know, because the thing is, if you watch all of these videos, you will take all that information in your brain and soak it up. And when you're playing, you'll just notice your game will naturally start to change because you'll start seeing flaws in your game and you'll start to fix them over time. Just bear in mind, there's no rush. You know, you don't want to try and rush yourself to Grand Champ. You know, you want to slowly get there because you're slowly learning. I've been playing this game since release and I've played in every single rank and I've spent a lot of time in the majority of those ranks. So I do know what it takes to get out of each rank, and I'm just here to pass that information on to you guys. So without any further delay, let's get into the analysis. So the player we're going to be looking at today is one of our subs, Jack, and I will put the ranks of the lobby up now. And I think that guy might be on an alternative account. I can't see him being a plat 3, to be honest. Okay, so you get the boost. So it's good patience. I like the patience here. Ooh, a little late on that, but you get the goal. You've done well. Here I can say you're just a little bit slow. I think you need to be a little bit faster there. I mean, obviously this time it doesn't matter because you score, but the higher you go up in lobbies, the faster you have to be getting to those. Double commit kickoff, never the best thing. But fortunately you win it. You get a good clear off the backboard here, but you effectively just pass it to Liverpool, because if you look, he's waiting for you to do this. This is what he wants you to do. And you play right into his hands by doing it. So I think if you just come off the wall here and try and control it and then go up the wall maybe with it and then try and beat him, I think that would have been a better play. So yeah, you just effectively end up just passing to him. Again, this is all good patience. You're just waiting to see what happens. You're not rushing in. Now, again, you don't have to rush this. There's no need to rush that, because here, you got no pressure on this ball. This ball is yours. Like, he's passed it to you, and now there's no pressure for you to hit this. So you could just control this to the corner and then maybe go for a wall play. But because you rush in, you just end up effectively passing back to him. So they passed to you, now you've passed back to him. So you want to get used to not giving up possession when you get it back. Double commit there. Yeah, see, there's a lot of double commits here, and this first one here isn't your fault because your teammate is behind you in this situation, so he should wait. But because he don't, you have to register that. So you have to be like, okay, last time my teammate cut me off and he went for the ball, because what's going to happen otherwise is you'll both end up going to keep committing because you're both rushing to the ball, and then there's going to be a moment when you both commit and you end up conceding from it. So although this isn't your fault, you have to keep in your brain now that, okay, my teammate's double committing with me, so I have to be aware of that. So I have to keep an eye on where he is, because look, if you see to your right here, he's just in your view. So I know you have to try and concentrate on the ball here, so it's hard for you to see where your teammates are, but you just have to keep that thought in your mind. When you get a game and you have teammates that do this, you have to become aware of it quickly before you end up getting punished for the double commits. Now here, because he's there, I wouldn't go forward here. You can wait where you are on the wall here to see what happens, or you can check where the third man is, and then you can position yourself based on that. It could be the replay not showing you taking ball cam off and checking around the pitch, but if you wasn't, then I would suggest having a quick check just to see where he is, and then you will know where to position yourself after. But here I definitely wouldn't go forward, purely because my teammate is there, and you've just seen him commit with you on that last hit, so this time he's probably going to go for the ball again. He's probably not the best at rotations, and he's probably just trying to hit the ball. So you have to, as a better player, or if you want to be a better player than this rank, then you have to keep that in your mind. You have to think, okay, he's probably going to commit again, so I should just wait on this wall here, because waiting on the wall will probably be the best move anyway. With your teammate there, the other guy on the other team is going to feel under pressure, even if he doesn't go for the ball. And he's probably going to end up just hitting it this way anyway. And if he does decide to go for a dribble, you can always cut infield and cut out the dribble that way if your third man isn't there. So yeah, see, because you pushed too early, he manages to flick it past you. This was really good here because you let him hit it, you didn't go for the ball, and he effectively just passes to you. Now, what he's probably going to do here is he's probably going to go in front of his goal, and that's not what you want to do. What he wants to do now is he wants to try and stop with the ball and just turn it back around and try and go towards the corner again. But yeah, your pressure is good here. He makes a mistake and you capitalize, so that's good play. Nice, nice. I like the patience. That's really good patience.
Very nice.
So anybody watching this now, this is what you want to do. Now, we've watched a few replays, and when you've got a ball like this, we've seen a lot of people just try to shoot straight off. But look, see how he just plays it up. Much better. He gets unfortunate because he doesn't manage to get the double tap, but very good play. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Good pass to your teammate. Now here, you definitely don't want to be going for this. You're last man. And I know you got a chance to maybe score, but when the risk is far greater than the reward, you don't want to go for it. It's as simple as that. And here, yes, you can score. Or there's a chance you can score, not guaranteed. But because you're last man, there's so much risk in going for this. Because if you don't win it, it's an open goal for them and they should score. Even now, like, you hit the ball, but one thing you have to bear in mind now is your teammates have no boost, so they've got to now get back to their own goal with 0 boost and try and defend this ball. So that's why if you're last man, you just don't want to go for this. You rotate behind the plate, that's good. Just a little bit slow here. You know, you want to get used to going up for this ball instantly, because that way you keep your momentum. You kind of stop before you go for it, which kills your momentum, which is why you get a bad aerial. It's a good fake. And then, what actually happens here? Okay, he bumps you. Yeah, it was a good fake. You just then panicked a little bit. Taking your time, this is good. This is all good play. Nice aerial. Now, one of my pet hates is people that pre-jump, but you know, I guess some people just want to have fun. I get that, so it's fine. Okay, you get unlucky there. That play didn't amount to much. Now you rotate back. As you come around here, because you have to, I get that you're going to cover your goal because there's no one back in goal. So because you turn this way, you don't want to turn now towards this ball. You just want to accept that this isn't your ball, and you have to let the other person on the other team hit it. Because like I say, because you turn this way and you have to turn back, it's going to take you longer to get, like if you was on the wall now, then yeah, this would be your ball. But because you have to make sure that you're covering your goal as well, which is why you turn this way, so that's not a wrong play. The only wrong play you make now is you turn towards the ball and you try and go for it. You just have to accept that it's his ball, then wait for his touch. Because even if you get 50-50, you don't know where that 50-50 is going to go, and it could end up being worse for you than just letting him hit the ball. So here I would just fake challenge, and I would turn left again, and then I would go to the corner. So then he's going to hit it because you know your teammate's back now in goal, so he's covering the goal. So yeah, you just let him hit it to the corner, because there's no danger in him hitting this. Like he's just going to pass it to your teammate. That's why you fake challenge, because then it doesn't give him the opportunity to go for like an aerial or something like that. He knows he's going to have to hit it like almost instantly. A fake challenge here would have been the best play, because by 50-50 in, you know, you just don't know what's going to happen with that play. Okay, so you want to let your teammate go for this, which you do. That's good. So you just want to wait for his touch. You don't want to go out for this now. The trouble is that it's going to be very hard for Rampage to get back to goal and clear this. So your best play here is probably just to go up onto the backboard, like to your left. Which you do, you're going to do that, as good. Okay, it's a bit heavy, that touch. But now you've got the touch and you've got the boost. Again, you just want to turn to the backboard. Yes, and you don't want to do this. You don't want to chase the ball out because he's obviously going to hit it. His hit isn't going to be very good. So you just want to wait for his hit. All three of you are on the same side of the pitch, and if that ever happens in your games, then it means that you're not in a good position because you always need someone covering the other side. So when you see your two teammates there, you want to rotate to this side of your goal, so you want to be here. So while this play is happening, you want to be here. So then if Rampage manages to get it past not GC and gets it past the halfway line, then you want to rotate up to the halfway line, like with him, supporting him, and then hopefully COD Unlimited goes back to goal behind you. But yeah, where you are now just isn't a very good position. You want to be about here, and if he doesn't win the 50, or if he doesn't manage to beat that not GC and he actually beats him, then you're in a good position to defend from here. Now if that ball hits the corner wall there and then goes over to that side of your goal, it's going to be very hard for you to defend it. You put yourself in an awkward position for what's going to happen after this play. Now look at your positioning, it's really awkward. So if you had been this side of the field here, you could see this ball's going to hit the top there, and then you can get ready to catch it and dribble it out. And like I say, the indicator that you need to know that you're in the wrong position there is that you're all the same side of the field. You just want to let this ball hit. Because if you see, they're back, he hits it, now look, there's no threat now. This is obviously going over. So this is going to hit your backboard, and Trip isn't going to be able to manage to get it and get a shot off. So now you just want to let it hit your backboard and then get ready to catch it. But by doing this, you waste your boost, you put yourself out of position, you make it awkward. I said I'd wait up on the backboard, which you do, that's good. COD Unlimited didn't really help you there. I just want to show his play quickly. So this ball goes up here now, he can see you there, and he's panicked. So because he's zooming around the field a million miles an hour, he has no idea what's going on. He's just trying to hit the ball. That's his only goal. If you're ever doing this in your games, it's the worst thing you can do, just rushing around trying to hit the ball. You're just not going to get anywhere. You have to play with your brain switched on, and you have to be aware of what's going on around you. You can't just see the ball and nothing else. And because he does that, he just hits this ball. It's a bad hit there because he just passes to the other team. And now again, look, he's trying to hit the ball. You don't want to do that. Like we want to make sure that you're not just hitting the ball for the sake of hitting the ball. But you do well. I mean, you just let him monkey around, and you just wait it out. Okay, now you're in a bad position again because now you're behind your teammate, but your teammate's behind you. Okay, so you're here, and now you've got these two teammates. Again on this same side. You remember what I was saying about the same side of the field, and you put yourself on the same side of the field as them, which means one of you three is going to be in a pointless position. There's going to be no point you being there, because if he challenges, then it leaves you in a pointless position. If he challenges and then you follow up, it's going to leave him in a pointless position. So if COD wins it now, nobody's going to be where they need to be for a pass or any other type of play. So your rotation out here should have been to the center there. That's where you should be. So as COD goes forward for this ball now, you're now ready for a pass here, because the reason you need to be here is because you know your teammate is back here. He can take your position, no problem. He can get from there to there easily. There's no point him coming from there to here, because then the goal's not going to be guarded. Because if you're here, you can get back to save a boomer. So you just put yourself in a pointless position there. This is what I was talking about before. If it goes over COD's head, your teammate's going to be there to get it. But now look, you've got to cut in. So now you cut in, you're going to cut your teammate off. And the only reason that happens is because you're not in the correct position in the first place. So like if you was here, like I said, look what happens. Yeah, you're waiting, see what happens. Right, now you see this ball go round. Quickly take off ball cam, see your teammates there. Okay, that's fine. My teammate goes, I'll be last man. But because you cut him off, Just watch how confusing you make it for him. Yeah, he's going forward. He's going forward. Oh no. He's just circling around because he's not sure what to do. Because he's like, oh, he's cut me off. Now what do I do? And he's just circling round and round. I mean, what he should have done, if once he sees you make the mistake and cut in front of him, he should have then took up a position around here somewhere. You just make it really awkward for your teammates there. Because now look, the ball finally goes out to here and nobody's in the middle ready for it. So you're both behind the ball, and rightly so, your teammate's waiting back. Okay, so now you go back to play. And that's just really bad from COD Unlimited there. Okay, Rampage has this ball. Yeah, he's last back, so that means this is his ball. And in my last replay video, I was saying if you're coming back to goal, you always rotate behind the play. And one of the reasons you do that is because you let your teammate know if the ball comes towards our goal, it's yours. I'm not trying to get in the way. I'm just rotating behind you to get ready to defend. So you give that signal to your teammate. That is his ball. COD Unlimited does the complete opposite. He just goes for ball. And unfortunately, he's one of those players that just sees ball, wants to hit ball. And you never want to be that player. But yeah, he messes up and it's a goal. And yes, you can be annoyed at him and you can say like, you've cost us a goal. But what you have to remember, this whole play comes from because you was behind your teammate here. Like I was saying in the last video, this is the reason you have to be cautious when you're solo queuing. And anybody that disagrees with that, you just got to look at the leaderboard for 3v3. And Sypical, the #1 player, a lot of the pros, you know, always say about how he's so cautious and so passive and he plays so defensive when he's solo queuing. And this is because he knows he trusts himself back more than his teammates, and he knows he's more likely to get the win that way. So yeah, so that goal does stem from because you was in the wrong position in the first place, but then obviously it wasn't your fault after that. There was nothing you could have done. It was just COD just messed up his teammate, and yeah. If you're playing with two players that you can trust back, that are great in defense, that do the right things, that make the right plays, you know, that control the ball, don't just hit the ball. If you have teammates like that, you then have more freedom in how you play. But if you have teammates that are reckless, shaky, you know, they're not very strong in defense, then that means you have to be that rock. You know, you have to be the one that you can rely on to get the saves when needed, to be in the right positions when needed. Okay, you rotate front post here. Now you see you're rotating into the play. This is a different rotation because you're not in front of the ball, you're behind the ball. So normally you'd be coming back to goal. So if this ball's this side, you never want to rotate here. You'd always rotate round here. And it doesn't change the fact that you're over here. Like, it still remains the same. You still have to rotate behind the play. This ball's being hit over to the left post, so that means you want to rotate over to the right post. So your rotation wants to go behind your teammate. So he's the closer man, so he should be going for this. He's in the best position, so therefore you just rotate behind to the back post here. If COD Unlimited manages to win the ball and goes forward, then he's going to be center, and you can kind of hang to the left or slightly behind, you know, wherever the play needs you to be at the time. But yeah, if they win the ball back, which they do, then you have to go back post. So you get boost here. You don't want to flip here. You want to get in the habit of wave dashing instead, because you make it awkward for yourself if you have to make a quick adjustment. As your car's flipping, you can't do anything. There's nothing you can do to control your car until the flip is over. But if you're just driving, you can adjust your car at any point. So yeah, this is bad rotation. You just rotate into the play and you cut your teammate off in a way. And then you know COD's going to try and hit it because ball's there, he wants to hit. But you see where you both are now. You're both front post. There's nobody back post. So all this guy has to do is he has to beat both of you, and it's a goal. But if somebody's back post, then somebody's ready for this ball. So that ball there, if you're back post, you're saving this easy. Yeah, so that mistake again, like even though you can say COD Unlimited shouldn't have hit it, which he shouldn't have, if you was back post in the right position, it would have been prevented. Okay, you just panic here. I see you as in two minds. So you was thinking, my teammate's going to go, so I'll wait. And then, oh, he's not going to get it, I'm going to go. And it's just that hesitation that means you missed this ball. Because here, You're in a good position here because you're covering this side of the goal if he shoots. Your teammate's got that side of the goal if he shoots. And then as he shoots here, there, you know that he's obviously not going to go in. And then there's just a slight panic. Open net if you can get it. Close one. Just needed to air roll your car a bit more there, and it would have helped you get it more on target. Nice. So here you know that you have a teammate demoed. So now it's effectively a 2v2 and you're last man back at the moment. So you only want to go for this ball if it's obvious that you can get it. Like, you know, if you know that you're able to get the ball easily, then you want to go for it. If you don't, then you just want to wait. Okay, yep, that's your ball to take. I don't think you have to rush this. Like, you can take your time here because you can see he's lost the ball. It's going to be very hard for him to hit this after. So I think you have more time than what you take here. So you could have took your time here. I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to hit it into the corner and then go for it. You just didn't quite get it high enough. Guy's unlucky. You don't want to rush this because two things are going to happen. You're either going to beat him or you're going to have to take a 50-50. He's never going to beat you here. If you've got to take a 50 with him, you don't really want to be rushing it. You know, you want to be able to do a controlled 50. And if you do manage to beat him, you don't want to hit this ball hard. You want to be able to control it. But see, by rushing, you hit the ball away from yourself and you give yourself less control. So anybody watching, this is what you do. If you're not Justin and you can't air dribble it from like your own backboard to the other goal, this is what you do. Because the other guy here coming in, he's expecting you to hit it. So he thinks you're just going to try and clear this out and he's jumping to block. But because you fake, he just goes straight past. Now, you know, like I've said a million times already, rotate behind the play. Rampage is rotating into the play, which then makes your life hard. So you just want to catch this ball now and then try and beat the other guy. But because Rampage is coming at you like a million miles an hour, and it is what it is, like a little moment of tilt, yeah, which is understandable. And that's a bad hit again from COD. So, you know, I will say quickly that playing with these type of players, it can be frustrating. But you just got to keep your head. Okay, good patience here. You know, you're just waiting. Here, when the ball goes up like this, you just want to single jump. So if you single jump into it, then you save your flip so you can get a better shot. But because you double jump, you know, you can't get a flip and hit it. Now you want to go backboard here because there's two things he can do now. He can dribble it or he's just going to try and boom it. Being the rank that it is, he's probably going to boom it. But if he does decide to dribble it, then Rampage can close him down and try and block him. But you want to be going to the backboard because if this guy does boom it to the backboard and you're sitting in goal, if Rampage or you can't reach it, it's going to go over both your heads and come off the backboard, and it's going to make it very awkward for you to try and clear or save it. If he hits it along the ground, Rampage is going to be able to get it, and if it goes up high to the backboard, you're going to be able to get it. So you give yourself more options. So yeah, now see it goes up. Now if you're on the backboard, this is a lot easier to deal with. So if this ball goes up, you can now easily fly out onto that and clear it. But because you're down low, you just give yourself less options. And you get unfortunate. You've got time here. You can drive out to it and expect a 50-50 from trip, which I think is better than just flying up and hitting it, because you're only going to hit it to not GC, which isn't a great move because as you can see where you and your teammates are, there's going to be no one in goal. But you hit it out. And you don't want to go for this again because this is one of those moments where I think you realise that you messed up with the hit out and then you think, oh no, I've got to try and block it. But you have to accept that you're beat to this ball. You're never going to be able to get this before him. So by going for it, you're just going to leave yourself with no boost and put yourself out the play. You should just go back to goal. But fortunately, he can't do anything with it. And we go into overtime. Everything's fine so far. Yeah, you don't want to go for this. This is good patient. You can just single jump that and then you can flip into it. Unlucky. What happened here was, because you've got 66 boost now, so if you'd single jump this and then flipped into it, you can then flip it. But look, you've gone from 66 boost to almost 0 by the time you reach the wall. You've kind of accomplished nothing with boosting here. So here you just want to go like straight down to the ground, but you're kind of boosting forwards in the air. So you could have left yourself with about 50 boost there, and then here you would be able to make a really good play with the 50 boost. Boost management is incredibly important, especially the higher that you go up in ranks. It's a good shot. You air roll to it and try and hit it in. Just unlucky, that's all. I think what would have been better here if you hit it to the other side. You probably had time there with that ball. I understand you want to get back to goal because there was nobody back. Good jump to dodge the bump. Yeah, there's no need to rush there. After you hit the ball there and he clips you, now you just want to wait. If you think he's going to hit it, you just jump. So you drive behind the ball here and then you just like single jump but not forward, like with no forward momentum. And then that will make him hit it away because you got the forward momentum, you've just put yourself out the play. But if you'd just done like a single jump, like a fake jump with no forward momentum, you'd still be in the play. And you would have been able to get this boost as well, which you'd be able to get anyway, but then you'd be able to get that boost, and now you'd be sitting back with full boost, be post, or to go behind. And when he's got the ball here on his roof and it flips to that side, it's like he's almost messed his dribble up there, because now he has to try and get round the ball, and in that time, that is your key then to close the gap and challenge. But because you stay too far back and you keep on your same path, it then means he can get round the ball again and get it up. And then look, it's an easy flick behind you because look where you are. You think he's going to flick it in that corner. I mean, in the end, he doesn't really have to do a very good flick. He just kind of rolls it behind you. But yeah, so that game, I'd say, your teammates didn't really help you too much, especially COD Unlimited. Wasn't that great. But I think it's a very good game to test yourself on how you can play with players that aren't ideal. But I think you made a lot of good plays. I liked how you took your time in many spots. I think you want to look for the single jump aerials as opposed to the double jump when you can, because then you'll save a flip. I think you never want to be on the same side of the field as both your teammates. You want to look to space out more. And then I think it's just the obvious stuff, like cutting your teammates off, rotating behind the play back post. And I'd say just being more aware of how your teammates play. I commentate on these replays as I see them. I don't see the replay before I commentate, so I don't know what's going to happen. And at the beginning I said, your teammate looked a bit shaky. So you have to be aware of that. As soon as you can be aware of that in games, the easier it will make it for yourself. And then you can kind of dictate how you play compared to your teammates. But overall, I think you played well. I think if you just continue doing what you're doing and then just, make those small adjustments, I think you'll easily be able to get up to GC. And that brings us to the end of this video. As always, if you liked it, then hit the like and subscribe button. But thanks for watching, and until next time.